Hello and welcome to a fresh episode of Science Monitor, your weekly update on what's happening in the field of science, technology and innovation in and around the world. I'm Aishwarya with you. From the upcoming highlights of the Chandrayaan II to the innovation that can help us breathe better by checking the burning of crop residue, we have a lot in store for you in this episode of Science Monitor. So let's have a look at the headlines. Chandrayaan II moving confidently towards its destination, lander to separate soon from the orbiter and to soft land on the south pole of the moon by 7th of September. All gain and no pain technology of Happy Cedar, an innovation to end the woes of pollution caused by the burning of crop residue. Better solar cells being manufactured in the country, a big push towards renewable energy and Make in India initiative. An online registration for the Vidyarthi Vigyan Manthan 2019-20 to end soon, a competition organized to identify the young talents having keen interest in science. Let us start with the Indian Space Research Organization's second lunar mission, Chandrayaan II. Every movement of the mission is being watched keenly across the globe. The mission that has proved once again the scientific acumen of India is moving steadily towards its destination. Until now, it has entered the fourth orbit of the moon, and soon the lander Vikram will be ready to leave the orbiter and follow its own predetermined course. Let's have a look at this report to know more about the upcoming journey of the Chandrayaan II.
Chandrayaan II is moving towards the last leg of its journey. On 30th August 2019, it has entered the fourth orbit of the moon, thereby achieving the orbit of 126 kilometers at Perihelion and 164 kilometers at Apollyon. Perihelion refers to that point on the elliptical lunar orbit of the Chandrayaan II, where the distance between the moon and the Chandrayaan II is the minimum, and Apollyon is the point where the distance between the moon and the Chandrayaan II is the maximum. On 1st September 2019, Chandrayaan II will enter its final lunar orbit, thereby placing itself in almost circular orbit of about 100 kilometers from the moon's surface. On 2nd September 2019, lander Vikram will separate from the orbiter, and in the subsequent 4 days, it will achieve the orbit of 100 into 30 kilometers through various complex maneuvers.
By burning this one by 4, the orbit of this one become from 100 by 100 to 100 by 35. One side it has become a less altitude, so that from the less altitude our coming down will be easy.
Meanwhile, the orbiter will find a suitable place for the landing by scanning the southern pole of the moon. It will also send photographs taken by the optical high-resolution camera to the Earth. Ground control will send photographs for safe landing sites to the lander Vikram.
Suppose the globe is like this and the orbit is become like this. So it will be away from the landing site. So to land at the place where we want, our inclination of the orbit should be 90 degrees. That is a unique constraint whatever we have and which nobody else have.
On 7th September 2019 at 1:40 am according to the Indian Standard Time, the process of landing will begin and the lander will descend towards the surface of the moon. During the descent, owing to its automated design, the lander will thrive on its own judgment to execute a soft landing on the lunar surface at a touchdown velocity of 2 meters per second.
There are 4 thrusters we have kept at the 4 corners of the thing, and then there is a central thruster. And during descent phase, these thrusters will be, the thrust will be varied as per requirement. So this is a new technology for us.
At 1:55 am, according to the Indian Standard Time, lander Vikram will soft land on the south polar region of the moon to prevent any kind of damage to the onboard equipment. After a gap of few hours and after the settling of the anticipated moon dust, rover Pragyan will roll down from the lander. Pragyan will explore and analyze the surrounding lunar surface on various parameters with the help of its payloads. Hopefully, the results of these explorations will reveal the unknown facts not only about the moon, but also about our solar system, and who knows, also about the origin of our universe.
The last date to register for the Vidyarthi Vigyan Manthan 2019-20 is just around the corner. Vidyarthi Vigyan Manthan is an initiative of Vigyan Bharti, Vigyan Prasar and National Council of Educational Research and Training to identify the bright minds among the school students who are keenly interested in science. Students can register for this competition as an individual student or through their schools. To know more about the process, here is this report.
Vidyarthi Vigyan Manthan is the name of the country's biggest science talent search. With the aim to increase interest and curiosity in the subject of science among the students, this program was started by Vigyan Bharti for the students of 6th to 11th grade. This national program is organized in collaboration with the National Council of Education Research and Training, working under the Ministry of Human Resources, and Vigyan Prasar, an autonomous organization under the Department of Science and Technology.
It has been a long journey in a sense. 5 years might appear smaller to some, but for the rest of it, where the organizers have been working at a larger scale, find that they have learned a lot over the period of these 4 years. It has been an iterative process where lessons that we have learned from the past have helped us improve the whole format of VVM or the Vidyarthi Vigyan Manthan.
The main objective of this program is to identify and encourage talented school students who are interested in the field of science. To participate in the VVM 2019-20, online registration can be done by 15 September 2019 by visiting the official website of the program www.vvm.org.in. After this, the registration process will be open with a late fee 30th September this year.
Our young generation should be well aware about Indian land mass has really been contributed in a various aspect, whether it is economical aspect, whether it is a scientific aspect, anything that for that matter. So because of that purpose, this particular examination is been initiated, and of course Vigyan Prasar or NCRT has been become a partner in doing so, because that also matches with the objective of Vigyan Prasar.
The online examination will be conducted on 24th and 30th November 2019 and the results will be declared on 15th December 2019. The students who clear the test by the required percentage will participate in a state level camp. After that, they will get a chance to attend the 2-day national camp to get hands-on training and perform various practical activities.
VVN is organized at 4 levels. At school level, 3 winners will be selected and they will participate at district level competition. At the district level competition, 3 toppers from each district will participate in the state level competition. In the state level competition, top 20 students of each class will be selected for a state level camp, and from the state level camp, 2 toppers from every state will be called for a national camp.
All information related to this competition is available on the website www.vvm.org.in. The exam will be conducted online and the syllabus will be based on the NCRT as well as on the VVM study material, which has also been uploaded on the website. Students winning the different levels of this competition will be awarded accordingly with certificates, souvenirs and cash prizes.
And it's time for a very short break. We'll be right back. Keep watching Science Monitor.
What are some key legislations introduced in Rajya Sabha? Some of the key legislations introduced in Rajya Sabha are the Indecent Representation of Women Bill 1986, the Indian Succession Bill 1991, and the Marriage Laws Bill 1999.
If you have been living in the northern states of India, then you must be aware of the deadly smog that covers the whole region during the onset of winters. One of the main reasons behind this problem is said to be the burning of the paddy residue. After the mechanized harvest of the paddy, the farmers need to prepare their fields for the sowing of wheat, and the only economical option to remove the paddle stubble from the fields is to burn it as soon as possible. Although it is a bad practice, yet the absence of any viable alternative has forced the farmers to continue to do so. But not anymore, as a new technique called Happy Cedar is here to put an end to this problem. Let us see how this Happy Cedar could put a smile on everyone's face.
Pollution caused by the burning of the crop residues in the agricultural fields has become a serious problem in the northern plains of India. As the winter approaches, farmers are compelled to burn the paddy residues to prepare their fields for the sowing of the next crop, which is generally the wheat. This practice not only harms the quality of the farm soil, but also leads to the dramatic increase in the air pollution levels, resulting in smog. This gives rise to various health ailments and also results in low visibility in general. To eradicate this problem, Indian researchers have come up with a solution in the form of Happy Cedar with the help of the international support.
ऐसी मशीन है जो खेत की सतह पे यदि सारी की सारी पुराली 8 से 10 टन प्रति हेक्टेयर की दर से पड़ी होती है, उस परिस्थिति में भी बिना जुताई के, बिना पुराली को जलाए आप सीधी बिजाई कर सकते हैं, जिससे लागत कम होगी और आपकी पैदावार अच्छी आती है और खेत में जो जीवांश हैं वो बढ़ता है।
Happy Cedar is a technology to get maximum gains as the next crop can be sown into the field without removing or burning the previous crop residue. It is a tractor-mounted machine that cuts and collects the paddy residue, sows wheat into the bare soil, and then deposits the residue over the field as mulch. So, it has many advantages. The farmer saves time and effort to remove or burn the residue. Sowing is done on time, and the mulch serves the purpose of organic fertilizer along with preserving the moisture in the field. Researchers estimate that the use of Happy Cedar will increase the farmers' profits by 10%, reduce air pollution, and also reduce the greenhouse gas emissions by 18% in India.
सरकार बात करती है डबलिंग फार्मर्स इनकम, तो वो करने के लिए लागत भी घटाना बहुत ज़रूरी है और लागत घटाने के लिए कई तरीके हैं। उसमें से एक तरीका है कि हम खेत में जितनी जुताइयाँ करते हैं उन जुताइयों के लिए काफ़ी लागत आती है, तो जुताइयाँ कम करके लागत घटाई जा सकती है। लेकिन होता क्या है कि जैसे कंबाइन हार्वेस्टिंग चलाने के बाद में खेत में बहुत सारी पुराली पड़ी रहती है और उस पुराली में पुरानी जो जीरो टिल की मशीनें थी वो चल नहीं पाती हैं, काम नहीं करती हैं, तो उस परिस्थिति में काम करने के लिए ये मशीन बनाई गई।
With the Happy Cedar, farmers will value the crop residue, which they need to burn till now. However, the need of the hour is to make this technology available to more and more farmers, and cooperation between private and government sectors can definitely make it happen.
Let us now have a look at some of the other science and technology activities happening in India and around the world in our segment Science Express.
India has started a plan to convert plastic waste into diesel. Union Minister for Science and Technology, Earth Sciences and Health and Family Welfare, Dr. Harshvardhan, inaugurated the plant in Dehradun on August 27. Scientists at the Indian Petroleum Institute have developed this technology in collaboration with GAIL India Limited. The plant will manufacture 800 litres of diesel daily with 1 ton of plastic waste. Chairman of ISRO K. Sivan has been awarded with Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Award by Tamil Nadu government, recognizing his contribution in the field of scientific development. The award was instituted by Tamil Nadu in the memory of late President of India to encourage people working in the field of scientific development, humanities and students' welfare. Photographs of lunar surface captured by the terrain mapping camera of Chandrayaan II were released by ISRO on 26 August. The pictures clicked from an altitude of 4,375 km show craters such as Jackson, Mark, Korolev, Sommerfeld, Kirkwood and Mitra. The impact crater Mitra is named after the Indian physicist and Padma Bhushan recipient Shishir Kumar Mitra, known for his pioneering work in the field of ionosphere and radiophysics. Russia has sent a life-size robot into space via the Soyuz MS-14 spacecraft. The robot, named Fedor, will undergo 10 days training to help astronauts at the International Space Center. It is the first robot sent by Russia into the space. This robot will help in difficult operations like spacewalk. The fire in the Amazon forest has become a matter of concern for the whole world. This is the most severe fire in the last 10 years, which is affecting the environment of the entire world. Its severity can be measured by the fact that 7 countries have offered to extinguish the fire. According to the Brazilian Space Research Center, more than 80,000 cases of fire have been reported so far this year.
It's time for a short break, but we'll be back soon. Keep watching Science Monitor.
In this episode, we'll focus on big takeaways for India from the G7 summit held in Biarritz.
It was important to keep these 7 countries acquainted of India's position and our sensitivities in the matter, which ensured that not only were these leaders on board, but they also did not make any reference to J&K.
Energy transition, we are showing leadership. And the Solar Alliance we have, it's like the only big concrete multinational initiative of the last several years to deal with this outside the framework of the UN, panel on climate change.
We are now entering a remarkably new relationship on a whole host of areas, as is mentioned on the defense side, the economics, and I should also add the environmental side, because Macron is positioning himself as a new leader in the climate and space, and he sees India actually as his best partner in that field.
Solar energy is now being used as an important form of clean energy. The rays from the sun are harvested via solar panels, which are then used to charge the batteries. These batteries are further used for electric energy. Constant research has been going on to make solar panels more efficient. Let's have a look on how these solar cells are made.
The Indian Institute of Engineering, Science and Technology, Shippurs, have taken a huge initiative in this field. The Science and Technology departments have established a solar cell lab for research and creation of solar cells. This lab is equipped with state-of-the-art equipment and innovative ideas which help in the development of solar cells.
This is the first type of solar hub created in India, where the mandate was to create a state-of-the-art facility for the fabrication and characterization of silicon solar cells, as well as to create an ecosystem where the researchers from all over India can come here and contribute to the development of solar cells.
Let us find out how photovoltaic silicon solar cells are made. First, silicon wafers are treated with water and a chemical wash to get rid of the deformities which are then put into a diffusion furnace to spread electrons all over the wafers. In the next step, PSG removal of phosphosilicate glass is removed and the cell is introduced into the laser scriber machine. This is known as edge isolation. The solar cell is further sent to the nitrate section.
सो ये वेफर है जो ऑलरेडी टेक्सचर एंड डिफ्यूज किया हुआ है, इसको हम अभी सिलिकॉन नाइट्राइड करने के लिए चेम्बर के अंदर डालेंगे। जो कंप्लीट प्रोसेस है ये अराउंड 30 to 40 मिनट्स का प्रोसेस है। देन वी स्टार्ट द ओरिजिनल प्रोसेस एंड द मेन प्रोसेस इज़ फॉर 3 minutes to 4 minutes अकॉर्डिंग टू योर रेसिपी। ये जो हम लोग कोटिंग अभी डाली है एंटी रिफ्लेक्शन कोटिंग, सो ये डाला जाता है बेसिकली जो लाइट ट्रैपिंग इंक्रीज करने के लिए। दिस इज द कंप्लीट सिलिकॉन नाइट्राइड सेल।
A special innovative printing machine is used to create solar cells from these silicon wafers.
हमारे पास जब वेफर आता है तो ये पीएन जंक्शन बना हुआ होता है और इसके ऊपर सिलिकॉन नाइट्राइड का एंटी रिफ्लेक्शन कोटिंग भी होता है। इसके बाद हम लोग इलेक्ट्रोड्स बनाते हैं एल्यूमिनियम बैक साइड के लिए और सिल्वर फ्रंट साइड के लिए। तो जब पहले किया जाता है वो एल्यूमिनियम प्रिंट इन एक स्क्रीन प्रिंटर में, अलग स्क्रीन प्रिंटर में, ताकि कोई कंटामिनेशन ना हो एल्यूमिनियम और सिल्वर में। फिर उसे ड्राई किया जाता है ड्राइंग फर्नेस पे। फिर फ्रंट प्रिंट किया जाता है जिसमें बस बार और फिंगर बने होते हैं। उसके बाद इसे ड्राइंग फर्नेस में फिर से डाला जाता है ताकि सरफेस फ्रंट सिल्वर पेस्ट भी सूख जाए। फाइनली इसको डाला जाता है फायरिंग फर्नेस में जो बहुत हाई टेम्परेचर में होता है, लाइक 900 डिग्री के ऊपर होता है। उसमें फायरिंग करने से ये सिल्वर और एल्यूमिनियम का एलॉय बन जाता है सिलिकॉन के साथ, और एक्चुअली जो कॉन्टैक्ट तभी बनता है जब हम इसे फायरिंग फर्नेस में डालते हैं।
This is how an advanced P-type photovoltaic solar cell is created, which is then sent for testing. Now, let's have a look at how these solar cells function. Multiple solar cells are put together to form a solar panel, which is then left outside, exposed to the sun. When the sun's rays hit the panel, the electrons present in the embedded circuit of the panel start flowing and get deposited in the battery. This energy is then directly used as electricity. The more efficient and larger the solar panel, the more energy it generates. The Indian government is actively promoting the research and development of solar energy and to make it a viable source of energy in the future.
And now let us take a trip down the memory lane through our special segment, History of Science.
Indian chemist and educationist Vigyan Ghosh was born on 4th September 1893 in Purulia, West Bengal. After completing his MSc degree from Calcutta University, he went to University College London to pursue his doctorate, where he was also awarded the Pollitt Scholarship. While teaching at Dhaka University, Dr. Gyan Chandra did his research in the field of photochemistry and strong electrolytes. In 1939, he was appointed as the director of the Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. In 1950, he became the first director of the Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur, where he established departments of electrical communication engineering, internal combustion engineering, and metallurgy and power engineering. In 1954, Dr. Ghosh was appointed as the Chancellor of University of Calcutta, and from 1955 to 1959, he remained a member of the Planning Commission of India. English meteorologist and chemist John Dalton was born on September 6, 1766. He was the first to study systematically the color blindness, now famously known as Daltonism. Dalton believed that all matter is made up of small invisible particles that he named atoms. He also hypothesized that atoms of different elements differ due to differences in their mass and weight. In 1803, Dalton prepared the first atomic weight table and formulated the law of multiple proportions.
That's all for this episode of Science Monitor. Do tell us, how do you like our program? You can send your feedback and suggestions on our email ID, news@vigyanprasar.gov.in. You can also write into us at Vigyan Prasar, 5th floor, Prithvi Bhavan, Lodi Road, New Delhi, 110003. We'll be back with the fresh stories on science, technology and innovation again next week. Till then, keep watching Rajya Sabha TV and think scientifically and act scientifically. Bye-bye.